Hello everyone. Today I will tell you about a session of seminars on the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi, which will take place in Dubrovnik from the 2nd of November until the 10th of November 2018, this year. My name is Olga Toloshnaya, and I am one of the teachers who will be conducting the seminars during this session of the seminars in Dubrovnik. And today I would like to tell you why it is necessary to study such courses first if you want to practice or learn the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi better, which are conducted by teachers. And why it is important to participate in such studies which take place for a certain period of time, and when students can completely devote themselves to these teachings for a certain period of time. So, as I already told, this session of seminars will take place from 2nd to 10th of November this year in Dubrovnik, Croatia. This is a wonderful place, and many students and followers of the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi love this place and love these seminars and attend them many times. At these seminars, the students study the basics of the knowledge of Grigori Grabovoi and learn how to apply his knowledge, how to understand his works, how to study his works, and how to practice his methods. By mastering the knowledge of the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi, you will be able to improve health, life events, and achieve success and prosperity just by using the tool which is always with you. This is your consciousness. So, we invite those who want to learn the basics of the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi and learn how to apply and practice his methods correctly and accurately to take part in this session of seminars. Why I say that it is important to attend such a session of seminars? First of all, this is a wonderful place, Dubrovnik, at the seaside of Adriatic Sea. And the seminars are conducted in a wonderful place, very comfortable and cozy Hotel More, that is translated as sea, and that is located exactly on the seaside, and a sea can be seen during the intervals or after the seminar. This is a wonderful atmosphere. You may join your rest, for example, having a rest from work, with the study of the knowledge of Grigori Grabovoi. And when you are not distracted with your everyday home or business affairs, you will be able to immerse into the atmosphere of the knowledge of Grigori Grabovoi. These are the seminars taught by the teachers and communication with your colleagues, the students who will attend the seminar. It is very important to communicate with the colleagues, especially when you start studying the knowledge of Grigori Grabovoi. And at the seminars, many students, or I should say all the students, immediately receive results. And when they share the results with one another, it is very important for them to accelerate the knowledge, to understand how the methods of Grigori Grabovoi work. So, welcome to study the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi in this wonderful atmosphere of Dubrovnik, the Hotel More. So, we know that there are a lot of works published everywhere. You can buy the works at Amazon. There is a lot of information on the works and knowledge of Grigori Grabovoi in internet. but why it is better to start studying the knowledge of Grigori Grabovoi with professional teachers. And I will try to explain it to you. The knowledge of Grigori Grabovoi is a scientific knowledge. The teachers will tell you about it directly at the seminar. And when people study scientific knowledge, start studying the basics, it is better to study this knowledge with professional teachers. This is a completely new knowledge. For example, we can compare it with a car which was recently invented. You see the car, you want to try it, but first you have to understand how it works, and you have to get some training from those who already know how to use the car. Or just imagine such a situation. You decided to be able to drive a car, any car. For example, if you never drove the car before, what will you do? You will go, of course, to the driving courses to study. Of course, there are a lot of information about the cars, how the cars are constructed, how the cars are assembled, and so on and so on, and even some instruction manuals how to drive. But you know that in order to be able to drive the car properly, it is necessary to study at the courses taught by professional instructors. First, they will tell you, when you go to the courses, they will tell you about maybe the basic structure of the car, how it is what it is based on, the main parts of the car, how they are connected and how they work. Then they will show you how the engine is turned on, how it operates, explain, and so on. Then you will sit with the instructor and watch how the instructor operates the car, how he drives, and you will be sitting near the instructor and watching. The instructor will be explaining you everything. Then a moment will come when you will be allowed to sit at the steering wheel and to try to turn on, to start the car, to start the engine, and make the first movements. And this is the way how gradually you will be able to drive the car. You will be making first slow movements, then instructor will be watching you and giving you advice, and so more and more. Gradually, you will be driving a car slowly with the instructor, and after passing some mileage together with the instructor, provided that you have learned the theory, you will be allowed to drive yourself. You will be given the driving license. So, and nevertheless, though you have the driving license, you will be driving slowly, attentively, because you are still the driver, the beginner. But gradually, with some experience of driving, you will become a more experienced driver. Exactly the same here. We have new knowledge, we have new scientific knowledge. And exactly as in the case with studying how to drive a car, it is necessary that someone explains you how this knowledge is structured, why it is a scientific knowledge, what this new science is based on. The teachers will provide you the basic information about this scientific knowledge. And you will be able to understand how to use this knowledge to achieve your goals. You will be explained how to set your goal and carry out concentrations correctly for the achievement of your goal. You will study the theory based on the books of Grigori Grabovoi and practical concentration exercises at the seminars with the teachers. And each hour of the lectures, which will take place in Dubrovnik, will include approximately 7–10 minutes of practice, by which students acquire the skills to use the methods of Grigori Grabovoi set forth in his books, and will be able to use the methods from the books for any situation in life. The teachings of Grigori Grabovoi is practice and training simultaneously. For example, to be able to use his knowledge, it is not necessary to study, for example, several years in the university, though it is scientific knowledge. But Grigori Grabovoi provides such methods that people can start using simultaneously, and they can get the results simultaneously. And the teachers at the seminars will explain you how to achieve it, how to do it. And now I would like to introduce to you our instructors, who will be guiding you through this period of mastering the knowledge of Grigori Grabovoi and starting practicing it. First of all, let me introduce to you our dear Lydia Gruber. She is the head of the International Face-to-Face Education Department of the Education Center of the DOO of Grigori Grabovoi. Maybe a lot of you have already communicated with Lydia via emails or letters. Lydia is a great organizer, and exactly due to her efforts, these seminars become so wonderful, because organization and time which people spend for staying away from home at the seminars is very important. Exactly due to her love for this work, these sessions become so wonderful. The lecturer of the first course, 3 days course, is Syok. She studies the knowledge of Grigori Grabovoi, has been studying for a number of years, and she herself started exactly from such introductory sessions on the knowledge of Grigori Grabovoi. She loves these teachings of Grigori Grabovoi. She has great results in her own life and generally helping other people. She read all the books of Grigori Grabovoi, and many times which are available in English. She practices with great results his methods of control. She organized a number of seminars in Singapore and conducts seminars there. And this time she, as a teacher, conducts the seminar on introduction seminar, introductory course on the education program on the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi. The second set, number of seminars, will be conducted by me, Olga Taloshная, from November 5 to November 7. I will conduct a seminar on 3 books of Grigori Grabovoi: Recovery of Man's Matter by concentration on number rows, Number Series for Psychological Normalization, and Numbers for Successful Business. And the lecturer for the next 3 days of the session of seminars is Irina Makrushina, and she will conduct seminars on the works of Grigori Grabovoi, the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi about God, the creation of the goal of control, and the control of rescue, the technology of control from one's own consciousness through the construction of one's own cells simultaneously with the control of the entire external reality. Irina Makrushina is not only a teacher, but she is also a translator of the works of Grigori Grabovoi, and she translated as a consecutive translation a great number of seminars of Grigori Grabovoi. I'm her colleague translator as well of the seminars of Grigori Grabovoi, and I can say that when the person translates, like Irina, the seminars of Grigori Grabovoi, the assimilation of knowledge of Grigori Grabovoi is wonderful, is at a very, very high level. So Irina, I'm sure, achieved a very, very good understanding of the works of Grigori Grabovoi, participating in a great number of translation of his live seminars. She also translated a number of works of Grigori Grabovoi doing the text translation, and she conducted a great number of academic webinars at the Education Center of Grigori Grabovoi. So we all, me, Olga Taloshная, Irina, have our own good results practicing the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi. As for me, I started studying the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi when Grigori Grabovoi had seminars in Russia. So somewhere in the beginning of 2000, I also studied and read many times all his books which are published in Russian, and read many of his and listened to many of his lectures, and attended personally seminars which he conducted in Russia. So I also practice the knowledge of Grigori Grabovoi, and I have very good results of controlling for myself and other people, which I will share at the seminar. So, several words about the organization of the seminars. As I already told, we will all, the teachers and students and our organizer Lydia, will stay during this period of time in one hotel in Dubrovnik. And as such, the series of these courses will be not just training, but an opportunity for you to establish contacts in the field of developing activities, of spreading and teaching the knowledge of Grigori Grabovoi. Many of the teachers or sub-licenses who work successfully now started exactly from such courses. We really need more teachers and organizers, and many in many countries. You can ask more questions about the seminars or the future opportunities, and Lydia will gladly give you advice during our stay in Dubrovnik, how to become a lecturer or a sub-licensee. So the session, this atmosphere of seminars, is not limited just by the lectures. We communicate almost all the free time after the seminars as well with the students, share information, give advice. So use this chance to communicate with the representative of the Education Center on the education program of Grigori Grabovoi, and become one of our team if you want. This will be a very good start for you. So, introductory course on the education program of the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi with the lecturers York. From November 2 to November 4. Introductory course is very important, and it is recommended that all students and those who aspire to practice the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi should attend the introductory course. As I told, Syok has wonderful knowledge and wonderful understanding and results practicing on the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi. And during this course, she will explain you how to better understand, how to better assimilate this knowledge, and will practice with you, and will share with you, of course, her wonderful results in practicing the knowledge of Grigori Grabovoi. Introductory course is recommended irrespective of whether people attended any courses previously. The most important reason for attending the introductory course is to build a strong foundation on the teachings on salvation and harmonious development by Grigori Grabovoi, and to transfer his knowledge accurately. Introductory course includes basic, systemic understanding of the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi. To be able to practice the knowledge of Grigori Grabovoi and transfer accurately to others, it is necessary to understand for myself why do this, why do you save, why is it important to learn to save yourself and all, ensuring eternal life to all. You will learn all this at the course of Syok. Moreover, if you want to be able to teach this course at home in your own country, you will be able to have an exam in the end of the course, and you will get a certificate of a teacher of the introductory course on the education program on the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi. So welcome, join the wonderful seminar which will be conducted by Syok. The next 3 days of the session will be conducted by me. As I already told, this will be a recovery of man's matter by concentration on number rules, number series for psychological memorization, and numbers for successful business. I would like to tell that these books are very, very important books in my daily life. They are actually the books which I use every day for helping myself or my relatives and friends. The seminars, days 1 and 2 of my session, are on health recovery, psychological normalization. The seminars will include theory based on the books of Grigori Grabovoi and practical concentration exercises. 1 hour of the lecture will include 7 minutes of practice, and I will tell you how to understand the methods of Grigori Grabovoi, how to be able to apply them. So after the seminar, you will receive the guidelines how to use these books yourself when you are at home. By the way, all the books which are studied at the seminars will be given to you in electronic version, and you will have them after the seminars for your daily use. The seminar of day 3 is based on the book of Grigori Grabovoi, Numbers for Successful Business. This seminar and its methods are very useful both for private business improvement and for achievement of personal goals. The teacher, that is myself, will share with you the personal achievements of work based on the methods from each of the books that we are going to study. So this knowledge which I am going to teach you at the seminar will be very, very useful. With this knowledge you will be able to improve your health, improve your events. So, and the next 3 days of the session of seminars will be conducted by our teacher Irina Makrushina. A 2-day seminar will be devoted to creation of goal and its control, because when we control based on the methods of Grigori Grabovoi, first of all, we have to determine, create a goal for ourselves. And this seminar will be based on the original works of Grigori Grabovoi, the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi about God, the creation of the goal of control, and the teachings of Grigori Grabovoi about God controlling the goals. Why do we need the seminars on creation of goal and its control? Very often, people feel lost and don't know where to go and what to do, what the next stage of their life is. They feel exhausted and are not able to set goals in the right direction. One may feel the time has come to change something in life, business, family, relationship, and don't know how to start doing this. You may even not guess how close you are to the implementation of your goal, and this seminar may become this accelerator. This seminar is designed to help you to realize how you can set a goal and implement it. You will get into the space of co-creation with God, the soul, the spirit, consciousness, and your physical body. So Irina will help you to understand and achieve all this. And the next one-day seminar of Irina is based on the work, the control of rescue, the technology of control from one's own consciousness through the construction of one's own cells simultaneously with the control of the entire external reality. You will learn how to restore and normalize your physical body, to recreate it in its divinity, to practice the methods and technologies given to us by Grigori Grabovoi. So, welcome to the session of seminars that will be conducted by Irina. And I would like to show you how at the seminars we explain the methods of Grigori Grabovoi. We, for example, in the book have a method. We read it to you and explain how to practice this method. Because sometimes for people who are not well acquainted with the works of Grigori Grabovoi, it is a bit difficult to understand how the methods work, how to find the method in the work. And today I would like, together with you, to study one method of Grigori Grabovoi and help you to start practicing it. And during the seminar, we will learn a lot of such methods and will practice them at the seminar. So, after the seminars, you will become at least the beginner using the methods of Grigori Grabovoi in real life. So, first of all, we read the method of Grigori Grabovoi as it is described in the book. This method is described in the book Concentration on Numbers for Recovery of Cats' Organism. However, this method is given for people. In the end of the book, in the end of introduction to this book, Grigori Grabovoi gave one method exactly for people. It is very easy and I love to use this method. I have a lot of very good results with usage of this method. And today we will study this method and you will see how the work at the seminar will take place. So we first of all read the text of Grigori Grabovoi. And one of the methods of Grigori Grabovoi is, while reading any text of his books, keep in mind the goal which you want to achieve. So, please think of the goal which you would like to achieve and keep it in mind while I will be reading this text and you will be reading with me. To do this, you should mentally place the words you have to study into the sphere of love. Imagine that this sphere is approximately 5 centimeters above the head, and then the organism absorbs the light of the sphere. A kind of absorption of the knowledge you want to master quickly takes place. This way, through love, you can transmit information of healing to your organs and organism, to other people, and to all in general. This way, you can learn healthy, harmonious, and happy eternal life. So, through this method, you can transfer knowledge or information on health, thus achieving good health. And so, usually people should read and understand and immediately visualize this method from just reading the work of Grigori Grabovoi. But to explain you how to do it, I will show you several pictures. This is just my understanding, very shown in the form of a picture. Grigori Grabovoi does not give pictures in his works. So, based on the recommendation in this method of Grigori Grabovoi, you should mentally form a sphere and place it over the head of the person, either yourself or another one. So this is the sphere of the goal of the control, and you call it, as it is explained in the text of Grigori Grabovoi, the sphere of love. So this is very important. In your mind, you call it the sphere of love, and you place it over the head of the person. Then, mentally, you insert the goal into the sphere of love. And I offered for everyone here the goal, the laboratory values, the norm of laboratory values. So this is the number sequence from the book of Grigori Grabovoi, Restoration of Human Organism by Concentration on Numbers. And as it is very important for everyone to have normal laboratory values, I offer you to carry out concentration on this number sequence, either for improvement or for preventive purposes, to have our body always healthy with normal laboratory values. So the goal will be normal laboratory values. And as soon as mentally we insert the goal into the sphere which is above the head of the person, we then insert one by one number sequence 1, 4, 8, 9, 9, 9, 9. And then you visualize how this sphere, the sphere of love, is filled in with silver white light. It becomes completely silver white. And then you watch how this silver white light starts spreading, going down as a shower from the sphere of love onto the body of the person for whom you carry out control, and you continue visualizing this process. This picture is showing approximately how you should visualize the person and the sphere in your perception, how you imagine this. Just after reading the method of Grigori Grabovoi described in one of his books. And you watch then how the silver white light from the sphere goes down onto the person until you visualize the body of the person becomes completely silver white, as if saturated with the silver white light. So you see, the body becomes of the same color, silver white, as the sphere. First you saturated with the silver white light the sphere of love with your goal and number sequence, and then you separated from the sphere of love the body of the person. And as soon as you saturated, visualized the body saturated with the silver white light, the control is done. So this is approximately how the methods will be explained to you at the seminar. How there will be a lot of methods from the books, which are the main books for the seminars, and sometimes the teachers give some additional methods from other works of Grigori Grabovoi, which might be useful for the seminars, for the students at this seminar and for their future practice. So now I have explained to you what is going to happen at the series of seminars in Dubrovnik and how the work will take place there. Thank you for watching this presentation. Welcome to our coming session of seminars in Dubrovnik, Croatia, which will take place in November, from the 2nd to 10th of November this year, in the wonderful hotel More, that is translated as sea. You can find more information about the seminars by visiting my Facebook page, Grigori Grabovoi Educational Center Forum. So, welcome to our seminars.